God put this idea in my head. All of a sudden, this person appears at the door. A well-dressed African-American lady with a nice headdress. She's like, what do you want to do with your life? It's funny you're asking me this because I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks. So my father, I could see, was kind of proud of me, but he never saw me develop. And he always told me, don't you ever ride my last name. Don't be a copycat. Everybody.
My name is Mark Prasad. I'm a personal injury attorney located in New York. My firm and myself are located in Queens, New York. We represent all of New York, whether you're in Queens County, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Staten Island, Long Island, Nassau, or Suffolk. I'm an attorney that can get you the maximum compensation for the injuries that you have from an accident. If you've ever been involved in an accident, give me a call at 657-799-6171. I guarantee you I will fight till the end to get the maximum compensation for you.
Hey guys, welcome back to the KIC Back Podcast. Today we have a special guest. I'm really excited for today's guest. Tonight's guest took a path most people would never dare to take. He graduated from Stony Brook, climbed the corporate ladder as an accounting manager in New York City, then walked away from the suit, the salary, and the security to spend 2 years studying ancient wisdom in India. Today, he serves as the spiritual leader of Bhuvaneshwar Mandir in Queens, guiding thousands through faith, purpose, and finding peace in a world that never seems to slow down. Please welcome Acharya Arun Gossai.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you, brothers. I appreciate that.
So, when we started this podcast, I thought, it would be so cool to have you on to really discuss some of the things that you teach in Mandir. Mm-hmm. And, we started to see you outside at like different weddings and things like that too. And I was like, wow, this is such a unique approach to our culture and, our sort of Hinduism.
Yeah. So first of all, let me say what a pleasure it is to be a part of this wonderful podcast. My brother Richie and Brandon and Brian. So it's crazy how things develop, and seeing you at different weddings, and as of late, you've been coming to the Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, and you told me that you love the vibe. And I think that is a perfect segue into things like this, where you can elaborate on a more calmer level, on a more comfortable level.
Certainly.
About the theories and practicality of Hinduism.
Certainly.
You know what Richie told me? That he only comes to London for the free food at the end and part of salad.
Well, I'm not going to lie. The food is the greatest thing.
Oh, man, I can't believe
food's
it,
been
man.
great.
Bhuvaneshwar Mandir has the best food in all of Queens.
You know, they
People
also
come
say,
for the food. They're like, I didn't come to see you. I came for the food.
They also say, if you go to temple, right, and you don't take the prasad, then your prayers is not finished.
100%.
It's not complete.
You can't leave without eating the prasadam.
It's not complete.
100%.
Say if I eat just a small little
Bless.
peck.
You get 10%. It goes in percentages.
10% better than no percent.
Exactly.
Acharya, so a little bit about you first. So I think the coolest thing I heard was when you were saying in Mandir that you were in finance, right, or accounting rather, and that you left that life behind.
Right.
Can you tell us a little bit about that and how that sort of came about with the impact from your dad?
Right. All right. So I grew up in New York City. Went to PS 214 right on Pitkin Avenue, Brooklyn, City Line. And then after that, I went to Queens Village. I lived in Queens Village for some time. Went to JHS 109. Then Martin Van Buren High School. Went to Stony
nice.
Brook. Studied finance. And then I appeared in the corporate world. Corporate world was good and everything. I followed my sister, actually. She was an accountant. She studied accounting, and I saw that it made good money. So I was like, why not? At that point in time, nobody knows what they want to do in life. 22 years old, you don't know what you want to do. 18 at the time. You don't know what you want to do. Anyway, so I followed her into accounting. I kind of liked it. Studies weren't that good. I wasn't the smartest kid. I was above sea level, but never drowning. And I graduated, and then I went into the corporate world, and it was fun. But here's the thing: when you're tested in life, that's when you actually start counting the goods and bads of life more than anything else. And what I'm referring to is when my father passed away. And when he passed away, I had to make a choice, whether to stay in something comfortable or do what he did, which is something not so comfortable, stepping out of the comfort zone to make the world a better place.
Absolutely. And Arunji, your dad, what did he do?
So he was a legendary street Prakash Gossai.
Absolutely.
And from the 80s, he came to America like everyone else.
Legendary voice.
Legendary voice. And
Man,
he was a school teacher.
I still have those CDs.
He probably has cassettes too.
I think I have the cassettes in the storage.
Yeah, so he was a legend.
Songs.
Right? So from Guyana, he won the Mukesh competition in Guyana in 1981, beating out names like Devendra Puran and those kind of guys, and he was number one. He migrated in 1983 to America, and he was a school teacher, Thomas Jefferson High School in East New York, the baddest high school at that time, but the kids loved him. So going from Thomas Jefferson, teaching the kids at Ramayan, he was the type, believe it or not, to teach biology. He loved it, but he knew that these kids weren't into biology. So he would teach them Ramayan. Binu satsanga viveka rahoi, Rama kripa binu sulabha soi. Without the grace of God, we can go nowhere in life. Anyway, so he would teach them Ramayan. He would pass them in biology, and we'd hope for the best in their life.
Wow, that's awesome.
And then in 93, he moved on to India, where he studied and became someone great. He founded the Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, many mandirs throughout the world, as a matter of fact, and did it selflessly for free. And he would just do it to inspire others to be better about themselves through Hinduism.
Certainly. So Arunji, I came across this interview with your dad on YouTube. And I think he was in Trinidad and he was on a radio show. And I was like, I didn't ever really hear that before. I feel like in the past, it was hard to see our spiritual leaders almost like in media like that, right?
Right.
And, hearing him talk about, he was saying he grew up in a really, really rural part of, Guyana, and how he came here and decided to pick up and really push the youth, right? And I see that is what you're trying to do as well.
Exactly. So at Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, we try to just push the youth forward, creating future leaders. I posted on Facebook the other day, a whole bunch of kids doing what they do. They came from nothing, as a matter of fact, unsure of themselves, very shy, like I was, right? When I first started at Bhuvaneshwar Mandir, I was my father's tabla player, and I couldn't picture myself even picking up a microphone.
Yeah.
But when he passed away, that was the game changer. As I said, it all came down to counting the goods and bads, but growing from the bads. Not only counting the goods, but the bads make you grow, the uncomfortable situations. So those kids at the Mandir, they're following suit. They're able to see that life is not a bed of roses. It's not cupcakes and rainbows. But when you finally get to a place where hardships strike, you can actually bring out the talents even more. It makes you grow. So those kids at the Mandir, we're creating an army of people who are peaceful in the mind, but productive in real life.
I love that. An army of people, peaceful in the mind.
Productive in real life.
Productive in real life.
I remember when I was back home, right? And we used to get these phone calls from my aunts and stuff. They would say, and like my grandparents too, they would always say like, America is not a bed of roses. And, as a little kid, I always wondered like, what that mean? Like, are you talking about like an actual bed, like full of roses? Right? But then I came over here and then I lived and, I started experience and I started, comparing the lifestyle that I had back home and then the lifestyle that I had here, and it was totally different. And then, as I got older, I started realizing,
not a bed of roses.
It's really not a bed of roses.
Tell me, my dad, when I was young, right, I was about 11, 12, going into that age of exploration, right? First of all, he trusted me to explore wherever I wanted to, but he's like, life is not a bed of roses. And what he told me was, if you want to lie in a bed of roses, you have to be prepared to walk on thorns. And that's what America is. You can't get anything easy here. If you work hard, you can become anything.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Arunji, how is it growing up with your dad? Like the legendary Prakash Gossai, Sri Prakash Gossai, him being, I guess, so revered in the community.
Right.
How is it growing up with him as your dad?
So I grew up in the 90s and the 2000s, right? And I could tell you that was when he was at his prime. He was 30, 40 years old, just going into his 50s. And he was the best at what he did. He worked on his craft. So number one, he was the best example for me. And he always told me, you can't go anywhere in life without working hard. So I tried my best to work hard. I tried my best to pattern myself after him, what he would expect. He trusted me and my sister. As a matter of fact, my sister wasn't too much into religion, ironically, right? You know what they say about potted kids, they're not really religious.
That is so true, and
you see it all.
I'm still trying to figure out like why and how is that even possible, right? You got your dad, like well-known priest, so well respected in the community. People look up to him.
Right.
People always tell him, oh, we're so proud of you. We're so proud of your kids.
They just have different personalities.
We're so proud of your marriage, right? But then. When you actually get to know the kids,
the family, it's like they're on different paths. And that was me and my sister. I was into sports. I was into the baseball team at school. My father would come to the games. My sister, we didn't really go to Mandir, to tell you the truth. We weren't the Mandir goers. My father founded Bhuvaneshwar right here, a couple blocks away, Stanhope Street, Brooklyn. But in the 90s, we were so caught up with everyday kid life that we never attended. But he was okay with that. He was like, I don't care if you believe in Jesus, Allah, Krishna, Yahweh, Ram, Jehovah. You just believe in a God, and I will be happy. He never forced us. But it was just later on when that example, remember, going back to the example that he was as a spiritual leader, it kind of awakened something in me. That awakening happened, right? Throughout childhood, as his son, right? Seeing him as the example, seeing him up there doing his thing, it was the greatest motivating factor. But here's the thing with that. Many people had expectations that you would follow in his footsteps. They always say, are you going to be a pundit when you grow up? I'm like, I'm not sure about that. But you know what? God has his way. God has his way of unfolding you at the right times.
Wow.
Did you ever think like at some point, like, being the fact that, as you just said, you was not really religious in that sense, right? You wasn't really going to temple and stuff like that.
Right.
Did you ever think that like at some point in your life that you would give up, your career,
Never.
your career job?
If you were to ask me back then, if I was going to be Acharya, go to India, study, and do all these things, I would tell you, what? You talking about me?
Yeah.
Someone who came from school, played basketball, we went to the park every day. We would actually miss Mandir to play sports.
Wow.
And my father was again okay with it. He was good, because you know what? In his heart, I knew he had a vision for me. And he was such a visionary that he knew that one day I would grow out of that and grow into something divine.
Isn't that something?
He saw it.
I think what he realized back then was that he seen the path that he was laying out, right? Mm-hmm. He was not going to force you, because once you force, and I see this, right?
No,
I see this
true.
from
Right.
matter of fact, we seen this.
Yeah,
right?
we talk about this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We go to classes, right, and we see like we try to teach people. There's the ones that's willing to learn, and there's the ones that's being forced to learn.
Right.
And you could tell instantly the difference.
And it's always the ones who are forced. They don't really end up wanting to do it.
They don't want to do it. They don't want to do it, right? Like I know someone personally that's been forced their entire life to do something, and they've been doing it for X amount of years, and they're still stuck at
Yeah, because they're forced.
Yeah.
And my dad, that was his psychology. He's like, if I force him to do it now, is he going to do it when he gets older? And he had a vision for me. But let me tell you something, with all those expectations that other people had, he was like, listen, whatever you feel comfortable doing, you do it. And at the end of the day, while the world saw him as legendary, I just saw him as my father.
Yeah.
Someone that came to my games, someone who came after satsang. He would be with us at home, and he would be the father figure that no one saw. No one saw that side of him.
Well, at the end of the day, right, a priest, you bring a priest that's in bracket. That's one thing. But at the same time, you're still a human being.
Still a human being.
You're still a human being. Your body function. You need to eat food. You need to put water in your system. You need to exercise.
That's right.
You need to spend time with family members. You need to connect.
You need to interact with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad. Let me tell you something about my dad too. He was a good dancer. The man was
Really?
a bad dance man, man.
Yeah.
You can show us.
Nah,
Some
I can't.
dances
Yo,
right
I didn't
here?
get it. I didn't go that far.
Like, what is a good dancer? You mean like chutney, or do you mean
No. He used to dance like he liked Indian music, right?
Yeah.
Bollywood?
Do you know one of
Bollywood
his
movie.
favorite like artists
His
or one of his favorite
singer
songs?
was Mukesh.
Mukesh?
And that's what Mukesh for regular Bollywood and those kind of songs like those days, and also Hari Om Sharan came to our house. And speaking of growing up, he would have Hari Om Sharan and all these big time musicians come to our house, Anup Jalota and all these guys.
Wow.
So what was that? What was that like?
Yeah, how was that?
So I was,
having all of these like very
I
like,
guess it's something you can't appreciate at
talented
the
people.
time,
let me
right?
tell you, man. I'll tell you a little embarrassing story, but I was only 4 years old when Hari Om Sharan came to our house in Brooklyn, and I used this towel by accident. I used this towel, but
At least
bro,
it's not his toothbrush.
I mean, almost. But he was the most down to earth guy. The most down to earth guy. Even though I used his towel by accident, he was like, okay, beta, it's okay. He would play his harmonium, he would sing, and you know why he sang so beautifully? Why my dad sang so beautifully? Why they're such icons? Is because they were soft-hearted people. They didn't attack you if you did something wrong like that.
Yeah.
And I think that if you could have that quality, sky's the limit for anybody around them.
Absolutely.
Honestly speaking, like I've heard the Ramayana being narrated by multiple people, different narrators.
Right.
One of the best narrators that I've heard, recited the Ramayana and did it to their utmost best. And I don't mind listening to it over and over and over and over
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
We'll have to
Actually,
be hands down with
originally
that.
on Spotify, there's this album, I think, of him doing like a Ramayana Katha,
Yeah.
and I listen to it all the time.
Right, right.
And it still sounds like it's applicable
Evergreen.
now, right?
Evergreen.
Evergreen. It doesn't get old, and it's just amazing.
In my car, I have the same kata playing again and again and again, and every time I listen to it, I learn something new.
So you know the Bhajan Mala?
Yeah, yeah.
My mom had at least, I would say, about 150 to 200 copies
Wow.
in her time. So like, from first release until like, current date. She can't really sing that much, but
She had the knowledge.
no, listen, like she has that book, or if she don't have the book, she'll go on YouTube and she'll pull the song up and then she'll start singing with it. And I'm like, no, you ruining the song. You can't do this. Like,
no, I mean, everyone can sing in their own way, right?
Yeah, and that was the greatness of my dad too.
Yeah.
He would encourage a person who couldn't even sing. He was like, "You the best singer."
Rich, you heard that?
And you know what? They actually lived up to it. Like his blue book, that blue Prakash
Yes,
Singh
yes.
Bhajan Amritam book.
Yes.
It had the most simplest bhajans, and it's like the best. Everyone has it. Everyone has
I
that
know,
little
yeah, I know
blue
that
book.
Yes.
And you know how many people will come up to me? I recently went to Guyana doing like a 51 session talk series,
Yes.
right? Different parts of Guyana. And everywhere you go, whether it be corporate, whether you be in the marketplace, whether it be in the Mandir, everyone has a story with them. How he just like your grandma, just like he would have inspired them, even though they didn't think in a million years they could do it. They started to sing.
so as a little
Just that
kid,
being positive, right?
as a little kid in Temple back home too, I'm sorry, like, I know I'm trying to like.
It's okay, because listening to the three of y'all talk, I gotta go to church more.
I told him to come to Chimama Mandir.
You come to our Mandir, bro, you'll never want to stop.
I gotta come from that parsa.
They come for the parsa, but stay for the knowledge.
No,
you
it
see,
was a great
what
experience.
what they might not realize is that sometimes they don't even pay attention in Temple,
Right.
right? But
Something
a couple line, a couple days along the line, it might just come back over like,
funny,
oh,
it's funny you say that. I was having a chat with my mom. We were just hanging out, and I was like, we're both teachers at the Mandir now. We're carrying both of us. My mom studied in India too.
Yeah.
She went after me, as a matter of fact, when she actually retired. And she went to India, she studied, now she's a teacher. She does the online stuff. Anyway, she's like, me and you, we do the same thing. We're carrying your dad's legacy at the Mandir and outside of the Mandir as well, outside those four walls. And she was like, the best thing we could have done in our lives is help society develop in their own way.
Yeah, certainly.
Finding that inner peace, finding that inner happiness that so many people are losing. And that's the goal of the Mandir,
Yeah.
So yeah, so I was trying to say, as a little kid back home as well, right?
Yeah, long story.
I was always going to the, I was always in Temple,
Yeah,
always.
yeah.
Fridays, I had Friday service, had Sunday service. Then Saturday they would do like Ramayana singing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I thought I was good, but Brian had me beat. Brian goes more.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
pretty much every week.
The
every
only
week.
singing I do is in the shower, to be honest.
That's cool. We gotta start somewhere.
The temple that I used to normally go to in my village, they used to have like different pundits and stuff come, always trying to give different pundits opportunity and stuff like that.
Right.
Sometimes they wouldn't have a pundit, and sometimes they would have pundits like cancel and stuff like that. And then, we'll have to take over the whole like Hawan ceremony and then try to sing.
Wow.
So I actually learned the song, Materi Mamata.
Sing, Brian, sing.
Right.
Come on, Brian. Come on, Brian.
No. I'm not gonna sing it, right? I'm not gonna
Why?
sing it, but it was listening to your dad's voice, right? Like it was something so smooth, so soft about his voice that like
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like
it was so captivative.
So captivating.
very soothing. Very
Like
soothing
for
voice.
me, like for example, right? As a fellow tabla player, right? I love to play for ghazals and stuff like that, right? Ghazals are like one of my favorite things to play for. And the guy that I play for, Uncle G, this man sounds just like Anup Jaluta,
Wow.
right? And it's like, the inspiration that I get from him, just his voice. Mind you, I was a dola player. I didn't know anything about tabla. But then I went to the temple for the first time. I heard him sing. I heard this guy Ganesh played tabla. And it was so clean.
And where
so
was that?
crisp.
Where was that?
This was
the
in
Bronx.
233rd White Plains Road in the
Okay,
Bronx by
okay.
Shiva Parvati.
Right.
And, as a little kid,
Mm-hmm.
coming, fresh to the temple for the first time, I had never heard someone play tabla, or actually seen someone play tabla,
Right.
in person that clean, and heard someone sing
You
that
got
clean,
inspired.
right? And it was so inspiring. And then it also clicked back to that same moment when I was back home and I listened to that song and I got the inspiration to learn Materi Mamata.
No, there's certain people that you listen. Oh,
one
sorry,
of my very favorite song, right? Again, I go to a lot of funeral homes. I go to a lot of wakes and stuff like. One of my very favorite song is Pinjare Ke Panchi, right? My favorite song. I don't know why.
And that's a deep meaning too.
It is a very deep meaning to that song, and anybody that actually listen to that song and actually understand the meaning behind that song, they will understand why it's a very heart touching song to anybody that listen to it.
Brian, what's the meaning?
It means a lot. Like, no. Listen,
we have the
but
expert
listen,
here.
listen, no, here's the thing, right? When I say it means a lot, there's different interpretations because there's different family members that gets touched in a different way from a song.
To go
You get what I'm
back to
saying?
what you're saying about satsang and how you were inspired, that's how Bhuvaneshwar is. My dad was the type that he would only speak for 20 minutes, but someone will take one line, a one-liner, and change their life. Someone will take one line of the song, like the song that you are referring to. Pinjare ke panchi re, tera dard na jaane koi, tera dard na jaane koi. Tera dard na jaane koi. We never know the pain of someone who passed away. And that cage is open. That soul is free. So in such a way, that's how people start getting, affected in a positive way by satsang like you were.
Yeah.
Just the meaning, just one line. It's not about how much you speak. It's about how you make people feel.
And crazy part is that I don't speak Hindi, right?
You don't
Or
have-
Sanskrit.
you
And
feel it.
I don't understand the
Yeah.
the meanings of the words that they're singing. But it's just the pureness.
Yeah.
The pureness behind the voice.
Well, you could feel it. You could feel it. So I think sometimes, there are some people when you listen to them speak, you just are so inspired and motivated. And your dad is one. You as well.
Thank you, brother.
You as well. Because when I came to Mandir during Navratri this past year, I was like, wow, the vibrations in the Mandir was just amazing. And I saw this chart here that we're going to certainly touch on shortly. And I was like, wow, this is a great way to put it into perspective about all the things that you
going back to what you were saying about the vibes is because my father, Sri Prakash Gossai Ji, walked every square inch of that place. He blessed it. He sanctified it. And the mere fact that we're carrying it forward in such a humble manner, it's a humble institution where we teach spiritual knowledge. And there's no hidden agenda. We don't get paid for what we do. We don't believe in salaries. And we do it out of the purity just of carrying the next generation forward.
Yeah.
And then that's why the vibrations are so high. The God that we pray to is actually blessing.
Absolutely.
So Arun, growing up as the pundit's son, right? Like living in Ozone Park, Queens, right? How was it growing up? How was it like going every day playing basketball, transitioning to being a pundit? How was that growing up?
Yeah, so growing up, it was never easy. First of all, I had my fair share of challenges. I was a sick kid, not in a good way. I was very sickly, like health-wise. Like I had asthma. Like I'd be in the hospital almost every night. And that's when my father was a teacher. And between him and my mother, they used to take me to the hospital every night. So I had my fair share of challenges when it came to asthma, but I never let it stop me. Because my father, again, was the inspiration. He never let anything stop him. And when I would grow up and I would, start doing what I do, go to school and everything, that inspiration to just keep doing better and better and better every day, being with the family, growing, not only with my own family, but the village, all the people of the society who pushes you to where you need to be. That's what, gets you to places in life. You know what I mean?
Certainly.
So growing up wasn't easy. But with the fair share of challenges and spirituality that we learned from him, but not directly at the Mandir per se, that is what saved us in our own lives.
Awesome. So Arunji, you were a accounting manager.
I was, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
For what company exactly?
So a couple of organizations. So Tourneau, the watch company?
Yes.
Yeah, so I used to get 75%.
Oh, you used to have a lot of watches then.
But I wasn't into watches I see your watches. But I wasn't into watches back then. I wasn't into it. I was more of like, just go to work kind of guy, come home, and not really look left and right. But working as an accounting manager out of Stony Brook University, that's where I learned how to be responsible in life.
Yeah.
And having the greatest bosses, the mentors, and they actually allow you to be a person that, you thought you could be, but never thought you could be at the same time.
Yes.
So when I was working, fast forward to when my father passes away in 2009 at the age of 56, a very young guy, after doing so much work in the world, that made it even harder for me because now where's my role model? Where's the male figure in my life? Where's he gone? All they did was play tabla for him. And, I thought he was happy with me, but I never got that validation from him. He would never tell me he's proud of me. Anyway, so he dies and I was distraught, right? 2009, June 15th. And I'm working as an accountant at the time, okay? And as I'm working, doing month-end close, the phone call rings, and I'm only 2 years into my career. The phone call rings, or the phone comes, and it's a person I didn't speak to in 10 years. And the person's like, you still into spirituality? Do you still want to learn? Because at that point in time, I was doing a little bit of hawans here and there. So my father, I could see, was kind of proud of me, but he never saw me develop. And he always told me, don't you ever ride my last name. Don't be a copycat. Don't be a copycat of me. He told me there are plenty of copycats throughout the world, and it's not a bad thing. They're inspired by me. Cool. But I want you to be different. If you're ever going to take it forward, you better go to India and do it the right way, because you'll only know what I'm talking about when that time comes. Wow. So he passes away, and those words came into my mind.
You heard what he just said?
What's that?
I'm sorry, but you heard what he just said? Don't be a copycat. Always be original.
Be original.
Unique.
That's right.
Unique.
That's what we have as a group, and like in our drumming styles.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
Being original.
Honestly speaking, that's what have us stand out, because
I copy off of Mesh. That's my best play ever.
Listen,
It's so cool.
but if you copy from someone worth copying from, you will be great too.
I promise you, he's not worth copying off of.
But my dad was like, don't copy from nobody.
Yeah.
He's like, go to India, study, and you'll know why. And there's two reasons: to be original and to be able to defend yourself. Because in the society we live in, they're ready to get you, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They're ready to tear you down.
Definitely.
They're looking for one
You
slip
could be in the
up.
spiritual. You could be in the spiritual world, the music world, wherever world you belong to, the Tasa world. It's crabs in a barrel.
Yeah. We speak about that almost every episode.
Yeah.
Right. And why do you think that is so prevalent in our community? I know, but look, I think it's in every community. Right. No one likes to
want to
see
get it
everyone.
from your perspective. Like, what do you think causes people to, pull someone down when they see they're going up, instead of pushing that person up?
It's human psychology, bro.
Yeah, it's human psychology.
While me and you and all of us in this room here today would like to see everybody grow and evolve like my father did, he never discriminated. Even the people who didn't like him for whatever reason, because he was up there in society. And for young people who are growing up, sometimes it's the older people who see different and they want to push you back down into that hole, and they say you're not ready for this yet. So those are the things my dad went through, we go through, and it's just human psychology, right? people always, there's a famous saying, you could do good, but just don't do better than me.
Yeah.
And you see it in every realm. And to protect us from that, we got to be original.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's why my dad said, you're going to do it the right way.
Yeah.
Don't ride my last name, because if you ride my last name, you will be attacked and you won't be able to defend yourself.
Correct.
You know what I find funny? That now that you're saying that, every time someone hates on someone, right, it's usually the person that's always below. Like, I remember I said this once. So, like the guy with the Lambo would never hate on the guy with the Civic.
There's always a car.
right. The guy with the Mustang would never hate on the guy with the Subaru, right?
Yeah.
So it's like it's very amusing that you said that.
Yo, shout out to Mesh.
I miss my man Mesh, bro.
You missed out.
I miss my man.
Let me tell y'all something.
Real quick. I'm so sorry.
Let the pundit talk. What's wrong with you?
Real quick. So in honor of our boy Mesh, who's not here today, due to like technical difficulties, I'd like to give a round of applause for my boy Mesh.
All right. What are we clapping for him for?
For him,
being
doing
a good human being.
Yes, he's being a good human being. He's being a good human being right now. He is.
Being the teacher for you.
We can't disclose why, but he's being a good human being right now.
But let me tell you, if you think we go through stuff, and we're speaking here as boys, right? But other people will benefit from this conversation. Yeah. We're not the only ones to go through it. Hate is something that is unfortunately prevalent in the world that we live in.
It's universal, unfortunately.
It's become that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. It's not about the haters out there that may hate you. It's how you proceed from it. You can have the choice to fight them and waste your life and waste your time. Just like you said, Civic versus Lamborghini, right? You can have the choice to fight someone who's not worth your time, or you can have the choice to do better.
Correct.
Do better. And that only comes with developing yourself. And that's why my dad sent me to India.
Keep on evolving.
Yeah. So I left my job. I left my job in 2009 because of what
was the thing that made you quit?
I thought when that person called, he's like, she said, would you still like to study? And I did want to study.
Wait, this person called from India?
No, called from just Florida. So it's somebody I didn't speak to in 10 years.
Yeah.
And she knew my dad had passed away. She's like, are you still interested in spirituality? Because you've been dabbling. And I remember what my dad said. My dad said, do it originally. And I didn't know where. So she was like, I have the best place for you. The Chinmay mission in India. Wow. Sandipani Sadhanalaya. You're going to learn all the Ramayana. You're going to learn the Bhagavatam. You're going to learn the whole Bhagavad Gita and 96 different texts of Hinduism, including the Prasthanatraya, which are the 3 most important texts in Hinduism, which are the Brahma Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, and all the Prakarana Granthas.
How long did it take you to take in everything?
Well, 2 years. It's a 2-year course.
2 years?
Well, wait, hold on. 1 second.
2 years.
When you got that call, right?
Yeah.
And then you eventually quit your job, right?
Mm-hmm.
How hard was it for you to say, like, all right, I'm going to leave this behind? Especially with the prestige, the income. Right?
And all that, all the things that were certain.
Yeah.
It didn't take me long, because when a man like him at 56 years old passes away, you start to question everything. I was sitting in my office doing accounting, and all of a sudden, God put this idea in my head that you need to go to India.
That's amazing.
Let me tell you a freaky story. So during that time also, I had gone to Jamaica, because the year before, my dad went to Jamaica to do a humanitarian mission. He used to go every year to Kingston and go into the rural areas and help the lesser fortunate with spirituality, with finances even. They used to, medical outreach. Anyway, so I did it the year after when he passed away. They called me. I was like, you want me to go? Me? What am I going to do? I'm just an accountant. I used to play tabla. That's about it. Anyway, so I went, and I was sitting in the lobby, quick story, and by myself, just like here, just like this. And everybody else, the whole team, 14 of us, they all got their rooms. For some reason, it always happens to me. Not only you guys, but it happens to me too, where they mess up my reservations and I can't even get a room until like 6 o'clock the next day.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm sitting in the lobby and I'm just reading. All of a sudden, this person appears at the door. A well-dressed African-American lady with a nice headdress. Anyway, so I was like, wow, nice. I'm just admiring like the people in the dressing in Jamaica. This is like how they dress, especially the Africans. Anyway, so I look back at what I was reading. All of a sudden, she's right here. She's sitting right here. But like when someone moves, you can see them even if you're reading a book, right?
Yeah, you see them in your peripheral vision.
Peripheral vision. Anyway, she was sitting right here now. And I was like, all right, I didn't see that, but okay. Then all of a sudden, she was there. She's sitting here now, next to me. And this is a true story. And every time I tell this, my whole skin on my hands start growing, bro.
It goes goosebumps.
And remember, just keep in mind, this is the time where my dad had just passed away.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what I want to do with my life. I'm 26 years old. What I want to do with my life. Anyway, so she's sitting next to me now. And she's like, what do you want to do with your life?
No way.
Out of the
The
spur?
question just came from her. What do you want to do with your life? She didn't say hello or nothing like that. I'm like, it's funny you're asking me this because I've been thinking about this for 2 weeks. She's like, she told me in the exact words, you better follow what your family wants for you and go to India and study. And that's all she said. She got up and left. And as I'm saying this, my skin is growing right now.
Wow.
Your dad sent her.
Some higher divine force.
Yeah.
If she was not God herself or Hanuman or some, because Hanumanji could take many forms. Anyway, she left, and I didn't see. We spent 7 days in Jamaica. I didn't see her ever again. I searched. I asked people, like, have you seen this specific description of a person? Bro, when I went back to New York, people asked me, why did you quit? I quit because of her.
Wow.
So
Why else would I leave my job?
Yeah.
Stable income, as you said, stability, everything coming for me. I was doing well in accounting. Even though I didn't like it, I was still doing well. That's the reason.
Yeah.
At any point, right, when that situation happened, right, did you feel like your mind was playing, like your inner mind was playing like a mind trick on you?
Originally, I thought I was tripping. But here's the thing.
Coming from a pundit.
Yeah. No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. When it comes to faith, there's no tripping. You know that person is real. As a matter of fact, in Vedanta, if you look at this chart, right, that B means body. And in every single body, there's a mind. And in this mind is the whole illusion of this world. So anything can happen, right? So as this lady comes to me now, it's just a figment of my imagination. Yes, like this whole world is. But what she told me was the hidden hand of God. That the whole goal was to use my intellect. You see the intellect there? That intellect takes you straight up to the Om, which is the Supreme. Well, we'll get into this chart a little bit later, but the whole world exists in the mind. And when that lady came and she sat next to me, it could have been a figment of my imagination, maybe. But to me, it was real, but it was a real situation. She came, she told me what I needed to do. I quit my job.
Wow.
I went to my boss. Her name was Hope. And look at the name, Hope. Hope.
Sorry, Hope.
All the signs.
She's like, I hope you're not. She's like, I hope you're not.
Right.
At first, she thought I was leaving for another company, and I shut her door. She's like, nobody ever shuts my door.
Yeah.
This is the CFO.
Yeah.
She's like, nobody ever shuts my door. You shut my door, and I'm way under her. Anyway, she's like, what happened? I'm like, well, I have to quit. She's like, you're leaving us for another company? I was like, no, I'm leaving because I'm going to study something higher to make a difference in the world.
Yeah.
And she came to my dad's funeral. The legendary Sri Prakash Gossai had about 10,000 people at Grace Funeral Home on Conduit. You know Grace?
Yes.
Grace Funeral Home on Conduit, right at, I think it was Sheridan.
Yes.
As you're going down to Conduit towards Brooklyn, 10,000 people, and she was there, but she couldn't get in. The whole accounting team was there.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So when she saw that, she knew that one day this day would come, but she didn't think it would be this quick. But she was like, if I was your age and I was young, I would have definitely followed my passion too. And I told her I had a passion for spirituality. I saw my father up there. The seeds were planted early on in my life, but I didn't know. I didn't know I was to become this or desire this. But you see the V up there?
Yeah.
The V stands for vasanas. The vasanas are the hidden seeds of the mind that germinate when the time is right and propel you to either something higher or something lower. They're the likes and dislikes. So I started to develop a like for spirituality. And she's like, a passion has been formed in you. Go to India. And if you ever need a job, let's say it doesn't work out, come back and your job is secure.
Wow.
So she gave me that reassurance.
Yeah.
And this was all the hidden hand of my dad. Looking back,
it's meant to be. It's meant to be. So Arun, you're now on the plane going to
India.
There, and what's in your mind? What's in your mind at that time, right? And when you get there, right, and you're there,
in my mind, I was like, "What am I doing?" That ever happened to you?
Yeah.
You have this great idea, and then you're in the car. What am I to go? About to do?
But did you regret? Should I go back home or?
Bro, it's too late.
Too late.
I'm in the plane.
Yeah, you're in the.
And I can't afford a plane ticket back home.
But at that point, have you ever gone to India?
I did actually.
Okay, so you knew what to expect.
I knew what to expect.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: I didn't know the language, and I was going to be there for 3 years. Anyway, so I land in India, having all this fear, butterflies in my stomach. I go into the first place I'm going to study because the course didn't start. I had to interview. You have to interview to get into the course.
Oh, wow.
So thousands of
They
applications.
don't accept everyone.
Oh, thousands of applications. They only select 70 people.
Oh, geez.
So just go to India and interviewing didn't mean you're getting in. Anyway, so I interviewed, I got in. By the grace, again, the hidden hand. Going back to the lady in Jamaica. That lady told me, go to India. And there's a reason why she told me there. I think her hidden hand allowed it all to be. She was probably God. Who knows? Anyway, so I interviewed. Good. I went to my first guru's place. And the first guru I stayed with when I first went to India. And he now, interesting, great soul. As I'm driving in with the driver from the airport, right? He says to the driver, don't put him in the guest house. There's a special place that I want you to put him. And it's only until I went into the gate that I really knew where he was putting me. You know where he put me?
Where?
As we're driving in, I'm seeing a guest house that I've been here before. And I was like, aren't you supposed to take me to the guest house? He's like, nope, I have special instructions for you. He kept driving. He put me in the cow pen. You know what a cow pen is?
Yeah.
Where the cows sleep. So he put me in the room where the cow attendant who takes care of the cows where he slept. And in that room, there's only a straw bed. There's a little hole for a toilet and a little pipe to take a shower.
Like
That drips water on
Jesus was born almost.
Bro, and you know why he did this? To destroy my ego. To destroy any ounce of this kid coming from America who may think he's a big shot. We're going to destroy it even if he doesn't even have it. They're going to take no chances. And that's the only way that knowledge can penetrate. Think about it. Whenever you're learning something, if you have too much ego, if you think you know, are you going to learn?
No.
So that was my first lesson for 7 months, staying in the couch.
7 months.
Staying in the... Yo, I had to take 3 Advils a day. I thought I was an OD. I thought they were going to find me dead in that bed.
Yeah.
Because it was 120 degrees. And like I had to pop the pills to stay to stay without headaches. They had a little fan. But the sacrifice that came with staying in that cow pen and the learning that I got, not from a classroom yet, but learning how to be humble, sleeping anywhere, in any condition. That's what my dad would have wanted from me.
Absolutely.
That's the gateway to anything great. Sacrifice.
Yes.
Yep.
Certainly.
You know, that was a very pure environment they had put you in.
Yeah. Yo, the cow would come through the window, lick me like this
So
to wake me up.
Why I say that was a very pure environment is because in Guyana, right before they introduced concrete to everybody and got modernized, they used to have
cow dung
bottom house.
Yeah,
mud
the bottom house.
Yeah.
And we used to go to the pens like early in the morning to get the fresh cow dung.
And that's the purest thing.
You get the fresh cow dung, you bring it back, you mix it with a little water, and then you start smothering it on the ground, right?
You know what cow dung is? Cow dung is cow waste.
Yeah,
and they used to dab that bottom. You know why? Imagine the waste. Can you imagine using our waste?
Oh, well, that
We're good for nothing. Humans are good for nothing.
Yeah.
So
Cows, on the other hand, the most purest creature. The cow dung purifies the whole room. Okay, keeps it cool. The whole ashram was that's all you saw on the walls. And it smelled funny at first, but you got used to it.
I was just about to get to the spot.
He used to roll in it.
So
that's why he's so shiny.
I one time
have you
fell in
ever
it.
wondered?
That's why he's
so shiny.
3 shades darker than us.
No, like all jokes aside, right? Have you ever went to like a farm that has like, animals like, roaming outside freely, right? And like, like stables and stuff, and you get cows and you got cow dungs and everything. You ever smell like fresh cow dung? For some odd reason, it has a sweet aroma to it.
It does.
One time
Yes.
Sweet.
It has a sweet. No.
I'm sorry.
Bro, you want to smell
I
that?
kid you not, right? I kid you not, because their diet is so
pure.
It's grass.
And let me tell you another thing, Brian. Right? The cow urine.
Yes,
is a cure for cancer.
Do you know that in India that
you drink cow?
They sip the cow urine
in India
and the milk.
No, bro, the urine. The urine is good to cure your body of any disease.
There's so much antibacterial.
That's why the cow is a holy animal.
It's a holy animal, and it came from the Ayurveda.
I thought the only reason why we worship the cow so much is because cow holds their baby 9 months, and we hold them.
Well, that too. But the cow. The reason why Hindus consider the cow to be sacred is because the cow is a giver. And it's a lesson for us to give more than we take in life.
It's a fact.
Absolutely.
And so that's the cow.
You get milk from a cow.
Dung.
You get dung from a cow.
You get urine.
You get urine from a cow.
You get a lick in the face to wake up in the morning.
But see,
That
that's
lick in
why
the
the
face of
man.
a
That's
cow.
why my guru put me there
Yeah.
to probably absorb some of that stuff that the
So
cow.
during that time in that cow pen, did you ever think like, okay, I should probably call back Hope and say, I hope I can get back my job?
No, man. You know
knew
why?
it was for
Because
you.
I was a man on a mission.
Excellent.
And when you're a man on a mission, right?
Nothing can stop
Nothing
you.
can stop
I
you
like
from your
that.
goal, man.
Absolutely.
And I didn't understand that growing up. I was the first to quit.
Yeah.
If times got bad, I was the first to exit the scene. But I always remember my dad. He was like, life, if you want to sleep, going back to what we're saying, if you want to sleep on a bed of roses, you got to walk on thorns.
That's right.
So I was okay with that. And then right after that, I had started the course at Sandipani,
Yeah.
the actual studies.
So how was that course like? How was it?
Great, man. We wake up in the morning at 4:30. We did Vedic chanting. We learned all the stutis of the various aspects of God, like the Purusha Suktam, the Shri Suktam, Durga Suktam, and all those chants to the various deities. You may have heard me chant during
Yes,
Navratri.
absolutely.
And then that was 4:30 in the morning. Then at 10 o'clock, we had breakfast before that. After that, at 10 o'clock, we start our studies on the Prasthanatraya, which is the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and the Brahma Sutras. So all what is called the science of Vedanta. Ved means the actual book. Have you heard of the Vedas?
Yeah.
Right? Vedas means the book that actually, one of the highest texts in Hinduism. It doesn't get higher than the Vedas.
You got the Rig Vedas. You got the Ayurvedas.
You got the Rig Veda, you got the Ayurveda,
Yeah, you got the.
you got Atharvana Veda. You have many Vedas,
There's so
Yajur
many
Veda,
Vedas.
Sama Veda, but many are familiar with the Ayurveda especially. But
that's because that's like the
wait,
most
hold on.
common ones that's being
How
like,
much,
taught.
how much Vedas?
so here's a Veda.
You
So,
didn't pay attention in school,
so
man?
the
The
way
only Vader I know
listen,
is Darth Vader.
so Ved, the word Ved comes from the Sanskrit root vid, which means to know.
Yeah.
So these are the books that teach you everything you need to know. You take one of the Vedas, right? Vedas are the highest text in Hinduism. It has aeronautical engineering. It has everything that you'll need to live in one portion. And then the second portion is called Vedanta. Ant means the end. And going back to your question, how many Vedas are there? It says it very beautifully in Sanskrit. Anantaha he Vedaha. Right? That means that there are many Vedas, but throughout the passage of time, they've been lost. Because in the traditions, right, the guru used to teach them by mouth.
Orally, yeah.
You never had it written down. So they used to teach student after student, but as time went on, it got lost. And we only know 4 major ones: the Rig Ved, the Atharvana Ved, the Yajur Ved, and the Sama Ved.
It's like the game of telephone. Like, you start the one where
Yeah,
and
exactly.
it always changes.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
changes, and then people lose it. The
Yeah,
message
no,
becomes
yeah.
totally distorted.
That's right.
And then
Over
people become afraid of God.
That's
They're
right.
supposed to
that
love
song?
God. People become
Yeah.
afraid of God. That's the end result.
What's that song? What's the song where the translation it goes by a bird in a cage and like
That's
the
it.
sheets, the sheet with like clean sheet and a dirty sheet, kind of like you come in the world with a clean sheet.
Yeah.
Leave the world with a
Meli
dirty sheet.
chadar.
Favorite song. Love it.
Exactly.
Well, we play some drums soon, bro.
Favorite songs you got?
Actually, you might have to sing that one for me because I might
All right, you got a copy? Where's the budget mile? But going back to what we were saying about, the whole study of it, right? The whole Vedas, right? There are many Vedas, and the end of the Vedas is called Vedanta. And that's what I studied there for 2 years. And what is Vedanta? Vedanta means the end of the Vedas, but it means not knowing the world of objects. If you look at that chart, you see it?
Yeah.
So the body perceives objects through the senses, right?
Yes.
Not getting lost in the objects, but getting absorbed through the intellect once again in the higher consciousness.
When you say objects, what do you specifically mean?
Objects, people, places, and things.
Yeah.
So what is Vedanta in a nutshell? Vedanta is simply the ability to know that you're not the body.
Yeah.
As soon as you're born, you're told that you're this, right? But this body is only earth, water, fire, air, and space, right? One day it came from the earth, one day it gets released back. But what is the life force within us? It is a soul. Now you see M and I. M and I, the mind and intellect, that is the soul. As a matter of fact, Julia Roberts, you heard of her?
Yeah.
Julia
The actor?
Roberts, the actress. So she went to
big
India
Hindu- she's
to
a big Hindu
film.
follower right now.
I'm happy he bought this body. I thought it was body mass index.
That's what I said in Monday too. No, Brian, that's why I told you.
Some people come up to me like, "Are you trying to test our vision? Is that a vision chart?"
Yeah,
Listen,
No, but
the
here's
next time I say, Brendan, let's go to temple. Brennan, let's go to temple.
Yeah, and you're gonna learn about this chart. So let me tell you. So Julia Roberts, the actress, when she went to do that movie, Eat, Love, Pray. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
Like
Back in
2006.
Huh?
Like 2006.
Yeah, yeah.
Long
Anyway,
time ago.
so she came back to Bali, and she asked a group of monks after recording the movie. She got so intrigued by them. She said, "Can you tell me what my soul is?" And they told her, "Your soul is your mind and intellect." So all of us have a mind and intellect, which is the soul. And according to Hinduism, the soul is what comes again and again in the wheel of birth and death.
Reincarnation?
Reincarnation.
I know something.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Reincarnation. Yo, let's give him props or props
No,
are
no,
needed.
that's right. That's I'm proud of
The
you.
props are
Brandon. Good
deserved.
job.
You get it. So reincarnation.
Don't ask me to spell it though.
Hold on, actually, that's a good segue. Can you spell the word?
No, let's not put him on the fly.
We get it.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to spell it because
No,
of time's sake.
So we have a skit that we do called Mr. B Spelling Bee because Mr.
Okay.
B teaches math.
Yes, I'm a math teacher.
You're a math teacher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, a lot of people
I
when they
almost failed
hear
math, so you can help me later on.
a lot of people when they hear about Hinduism or they hear like, oh, you're a Hindu or you follow like
They don't know what it is.
the first thing that their mind goes straight to is, oh, you guys believe in reincarnation,
Right.
You die and you come back,
And many gods. Many,
right?
many,
And
right?
that you
Many
believe in
myths,
many
many myths.
gods or and many like deities. God is God. God is one God. There's no
Different
different way for you to spell God. It's G-O-D, right?
GOD for all.
But it's just the way people chooses to follow a path.
Right. It's a different path
A different
that
path.
leads to one ocean.
Everybody has their own path, but at the end of the day,
Mm-hmm.
to their mentality, to their mindset, their path lead them to their righteous,
Right.
it's
Exactly.
spirituality or like to get in contact with their inner being or the inner self or like,
Exactly.
the divine.
And
Yeah.
this chart takes you back to it. So look at this chart right here.
Reincarnation. R-E-N-C-A-R-N-A-T-I-O-N.
You was really thinking about it.
Okay. So look at this chart right here.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Mr. B spell.
So that's a perfect segue into this. Mind and intellect reincarnates. That's your soul. So she found out from those group of monks what the soul was, and no other religion, she said, ever taught her that. So that's why she subscribes to Hinduism. Hinduism doesn't aim not reincarnate. Doesn't mean to force you to follow them. It's a way of living. As a matter of fact, if you could break down Hinduism in just one word, know yourself. So that mind and intellect that we know, let's say Brian to be, right? We love Brian as an individual. He has so many good qualities. Where are all those qualities stored? It's stored in his mind. So let's say in the past life, Brian would have passed on because the body dies. It's inevitable.
Yeah.
The soul continues on. And according to physics, the first law of thermodynamics says energy can never be created nor destroyed. That soul, which is your mind and intellect, can never be destroyed. It continues to go in this loop of birth and death based on karma. And as that soul reincarnates in a body, you become a perceiver. P is for perceiver. You see, F is what the mind feels. And what does the mind feel? E, emotions. What does the intellect do? What is the function of the intellect?
Makes you think.
It makes you think about thoughts. So what is Vedanta? Knowing that you're not the body, knowing that you're not the soul, knowing that you're not the individuality, knowing that you're not the objects, emotions, and thoughts, but knowing that you're the supreme reality. And if you can truly understand this chart, right, there's no more birth for you. The karmic cycle ends because you'll know yourself not to be the body that we're all accustomed to knowing, but you'll know yourself to be the witness within that never dies, that never ages, that's always blissful.
Wow.
I'm going to church on Sunday.
There you go.
That's amazing.
And that is the
they say
goal of Hinduism.
The body is a machine, it's a mechanism, it's a vehicle.
It's a vehicle to get to the goal.
To carry the
Yes.
soul.
To get to the goal.
What is it that they call it? Where you beat the cycle of reincarnation and
Right.
you get to like
The only way you could beat that, the only way you could escape the loop, the matrix, right? Is the only way you can escape that is by knowing that you're not the body, not the mind, not the individuality, right? What makes Brandon the way he is? It's because of his thoughts, it's because of his likes, his dislikes, and all the things that are going on in his mind right now.
Yeah.
But to know him, not even to be that, but to know yourself to be the witness, which is the supreme consciousness of all of those thoughts, of all of the objects and emotions that exist in your mind. To know yourself to be just the witness of it means to know yourself to be that God that you were praying to all along.
Wow.
And that is the goal. Once you know that you and God are not different, that is the goal. See, Hinduism is not a religion. It's a science. It's a way of life. The Bhagavad Gita says it again and again that if you understand this science, this is the ultimate goal. Have no fear of God. Have love for God.
Do you know those like Indian classical dances?
Mm-hmm.
What is it called?
Bharatanatyam.
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 Bharatanatyam. So they did a study. I forgot what college it was that did a study, right? And they found out that it matches like that. Those moves.
Mm-hmm.
It matches. It lines up with the 180% accuracy.
Yeah.
Right. Like the whole math, like all the percentage and everything. Obviously, numbers and everything was like created in India. All these moves, when they did the calculations, they're seeing that our Hinduism is not just just we have many deities and we have different gods, but it's
so
like
much more
scientific beliefs and scientific reasonings around the things that we do and the things that we say and the things that we see.
Exactly, it's all science-based.
Yeah.
One thing I can say about our religion is this is something that, like for Brahmins, Brahmin families, they're saying that you're not born and then you turn a Hindu.
Mm-hmm.
You're born a Brahmin, right? You're born, once your family member is a Brahmin, or once somebody, you're already a Brahmin.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So it goes.
So here's the thing with that, right?
With the caste system.
So the caste system, this is one of the myths that we're actually born in a certain caste because of who our parents are. You have to earn that. And in chapter 18, verse 42 of the Bhagavad Gita, it says, Shama Dhamma Tapa Shocham. If you have control of the mind, see that mind right there?
Yeah.
If you can control it and not let your emotions take you on an emotional roller coaster based on objects that get you confused, if you have what is called Dhamma, control of the body and senses, right? Legitimate use of the senses and never overindulging in the world. If you find happiness within yourself through tapasya or sacrifice, because it's hard to say no in this world. Isn't that true?
Yeah.
It is
if something tantalizing comes in front of you, it's hard to say no. But a person who can say no, knowing that there are repercussions to every decision, and the person who finds that higher self in the process, that person's a Brahmin. So you're not just born. Some people say, "Oh, me a Brahmin, me mother father Brahmin."
That's always.
But if you're like Brian, if you're a good person, then you're a Brahmin.
Yeah.
No, see,
I agree with that too.
I've always wanted.
You're not born a Brahmin.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to understand the reasoning behind it, because you go, people always be like, "Oh yeah, me a Brahmin, me
this is the myth. This is one of the myths of Hinduism.
Me come from this family, me come from that family.
Right.
My background is this, my background is that." But the thing is,
they're not living a Brahmin life.
Doesn't really matter. Right?
They're not living a Brahmin life. They're coveting other people's wealth. They're stealing from other. They trash talk other people. They hate on other people.
My thing is, you come into this world empty-handed,
and you're going with empty hands,
empty-minded.
And Brian, that is why Brahmanism is a state of mind. It's not where you're born. It's not who you're born from.
Thank you.
Thank you
for clearing that up. So for
that
everybody that's watching this and that don't understand that.
Oh, that's like.
I'll give you guys homework tonight.
Sure.
Chapter 18, verse 42 of the Bhagavad Gita, black and white. I wish everybody would see that and stop saying I'm born a Brahmin. You're not.
Thank you.
You have to earn that title.
Yes.
Like everything else.
People be like, yo, I'm this, I am that. No, you're not.
I'm not. And Brian, let me tell you something. That's what I learned in India. That's what I learned.
Yeah.
And these are the things. Like Hinduism has many gods. I thought that we had tremendous amount of gods. No. It's not a polytheistic religion. Like, when you're in school, you learn that Hindu is a polytheistic religion, right? It's not. It's a monotheistic religion. Why? Because there's one God. And that one God is unseen. It's the power within every cell that allows mitosis, meiosis, cell division to take place. It's the power that's allowing you to see right now. It's the power that's allowing you to breathe. It's the power that allowed you to form in your mother's womb when you were just a baby forming? What was that power that allowed you to form? The Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Buddhir Bhati Mata Masmi. In the Bhagavad Gita, it says, I am that intelligence that allowed you to form. When your mother just gave you unconditional love, I'm that power, that intelligence that Albert Einstein says is the intelligence radiating through this whole universe. I'm that intelligence. Know me. And once you can find that, you'll find that one. And that one is simply beyond any name, beyond any form.
Yeah.
It's just that. Hinduism says, ultimately in the Upanishad, it is just that. Whichever way, shape, or form you choose to find me, just find me, but you'll find me through the Upanishad.
Ranji, so when I think speaking to you throughout the years, I realized that one of your strongest teachings was how to, I guess like counteract the effects of anxiety, depression, things like that. How did that come about? Of course, from this.
Yes, but from India, tremendously.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, finishing the studies in India, trying to master this chart, I came back on the plane. It's always the plane where these ideas flood you. The first plane ride was the anxiety of like, what are you doing? The second plane ride was coming home. What are you doing? Because when you come back, bro, do you have a job? How are you going to sustain yourself? All this fear flooded my mind. And that mind, you see that mind right there? That M is the demon. It will flood you with all this anxiety and depression that, you're not even in control of half the time. And it's the intellect that has to correct that. And what that's called is an integrated personality, when you don't allow the mind to get the best of you, but your intellect steps in.
Yeah.
So in that plane ride, guess what happened? The intellect stepped in. And I just remembered this verse that I learned from Bhagavad Gita, that if you do noble work, yoga kshemam bahamyaham, yoga kshemam bahami. Krishna says, when you do noble work without any hidden agenda, I will take care of you. So when my mind flooded me with all these thoughts of where you're going to get income, how you're going to get money to live, survive, like you were doing before with a 6-figure income, I'm going back to nothing, right? Yeah. The intellect stepped in and said, you just do my work. And that's God. That intellect is God speaking to you. It's the voice of God. You just do my work, I'll take care of you.
Wow.
And 10 years later, I've been doing it, and I've never been short of anything.
Wow.
So I want you to do me a favor real quick, right?
Yeah.
I'm a person.
I want you to open book on me.
Hold on, bro. Actually, can we speak about that real quick? Arunji, what are your thoughts about? I guess like people from the older generation about opening book and obia and all these things. Hey. How did I know you told a few stories during Qatar, right? But how do you deal with that and your opinions on that?
So this open book thing, right? It's become prevalent. Why? Because people are always looking for some answers to their life. And you go to a psychologist, right? Why does a psychologist exist? So because of people like who need help, right? Go to them, and it's a mental difficulty, they go to the psychologist. You have a physical difficulty, you go to the doctor. You have something going on in your life that's not good, go to the therapist. So pundits, right? Back in the day, pundit means a very learned individual who knows astrology, who knows Jyotish, which is astrology, who knows numerology, and can help you, advise you. And that's what is called the book. Their whole knowledge of the astrology and the numerology, where they can look at your birth chart, your birthday, and actually tell you some advice, what's going on. So that's where open book started. But here's the thing. Nowadays, not many people study. And going back to what my dad said, I don't want you ever to ride my last name and take a shortcut in life. Study properly.
Yeah.
But I haven't studied astrology, so I don't open book. All I do is tell them, actually, can you tell me where you're going wrong in life? And I always say that, in all professions, it can turn very lucrative if the wrong people have power. And nowadays, if you look on Liberty Avenue, for example, you see all those shops called Baba this, Baba that. 111th Street, Baba, right? They got the hand, and the hand palm reading. Somebody came to me the other day and said, Baba, open. Baba. Yeah. Open, can you read, open book, read my hand a little bit? I took the person's hand like this. I was like, let me see. I closed it back and shoved it right at them. I was like, your life is in your own hands.
Yeah.
Your destiny is in your own hands. Don't ever think that someone knows where you're going to be. They're like, how you mean? I'm like this. Listen, you want to go to Guyana one day? You say, yes, but I'll go Guyana one day. Okay. So Guyana's your destiny then? Yes, Guyana's my destiny. Okay, good. Did you need a pundit or therapist to tell you that.
Yeah.
You made the choice. So I was like, you could choose to go to Guyana. You can choose to go to the airport. You can choose to get on that plane. And what's the common denominator of all of that?
You.
Choice.
Yeah.
You chose. So how do you need somebody to tell you what you chose, where you went wrong? You need to figure out where you went wrong and make those changes. Now, you may say Guyana is your destiny or you have a destiny. Cool. Even if you join that plane, it doesn't mean you're going to land. And that's where the hidden hand of God comes in. So while 90% is in your hand, 10% is in God's hand.
Remember, when you're in that plane and up in the sky, you gotta.
You don't know if you're gonna land.
I account for turbulences.
You made the choices. You made the choices until then.
No, yeah.
So going back to open book, right? Do I subscribe to it? I feel that people should STOP. This is something I learned in India. Actually, my father taught me this, but I learned it in India too. S means analyze how serious your problems is. Don't wait for somebody to open book and tell you what you think. The pundit knows what you're going through. He got his own problems.
Everyone
right?
has his own problems. Yeah.
Right? And then this thing becomes so, forgive me for saying this, it becomes so lucrative when it's in the wrong people's hands. They milk you.
Oh yeah,
they milk you.
Definitely.
So you have to STOP. S means
especially
analyze.
if you don't know any better.
And you know, 90% of the world is like that.
I remember you were telling a story about someone who couldn't sleep. And
oh, you want to hear that one?
Yeah.
So here's a perfect example of someone who took the bait. Anyway, so this lady, right? She was tormented by her husband. True story, by the way, in Guyana. Tormented by her husband, every day, and he finally died. She was praying for him to die. Sad to say. Sad to say.
I guess he was a
but that's where marriages go sometimes. When you marry the wrong
That's
people.
our next topic.
Lesson for everybody. Marry the right person.
Yeah.
Anyway, so she was praying for the man to go. And you can't, that's her wish. Anyway, so the man finally died. She prayed. So, maybe, who knows. But the man didn't treat her right.
That One Rig Willow, that's exactly what she popped.
Did you see that movie, guys?
Obsession, really
Obsession
good movie.
is a good movie, yeah.
Anyway, so this lady, right? The man died and she was good. There was no more abuse. 1 day passed, 2 days passed. The third day, she started to dream the man now. The man started to abuse her in her dreams. So she called the pundit. And the pundit picked up the phone and said, yes, how can I help you? Right? Open a little book. So the open book is basically tell me what's going on. And she told him. The man said, I have the perfect solution for you. Get a Coke bottle. Right? Drink out the Coke. Drink them out. Right? Now the Coke is empty? Cool. When I chant this mantra, now it's not a mantra, it's jantra mantra, okay? They're not trained, but they do, some people do this. They're not pundits. They do this in the guise of some pundits, right? In the guise of a pundit, they'll do it just to earn some income. Anyway, so the man now chants this jantra mantra, hasn't studied anything, no jyotish, nothing like that, no numerology. He chants this thing, close the Coke bottle now. We trapped his soul. He's not going to bother you anymore. Now, drive away to the furthest location, throw the bottle into the ocean, and come back home. And that man will never bother you again. Now, listen to this part. She did what the man said, right? The man said, you're done? All right, wire me now $5,000.
U.S.
U.S.
Whoa, man.
Anyway, so the lady's like, all right, yeah, okay.
That bottle definitely came back to the house.
Yeah. Anyway, so the lady said, all right, I'm going to do whatever. And this is the nature of people. They're going to do whatever it takes. I'll give you whatever. And some people take advantage of them. You know what my dad said? The day I ever catch you with a price list, my dad said, don't you ever, as a pundit or an acharya, you cannot have a price list. You are a civil servant. You have to help people. You have to listen to their problems, advise them correctly. You have to allow them to STOP, stop. Analyze how serious that problem is. Think about how they got themselves there in the first place. Analyze their options and plan their way out. Not rip them off by giving them false hope, by having a price list. I never had a price list. I never will. My dad never did. We never will. Because God, Yoga Kshir Muhammad, God takes care of you. Anyway, so the lady wired that man $5,000, the fraud, $5,000, right? And guess what happened? 1 day, good. 2 day, good. By the third night, she was dreaming the man again. Tormenting. So she went to call back the pundit, the quote-unquote pundit, who's not a pundit. He's just a fraud, basically. Went to call him back. The phone rang out. The man never answered her back. So this is what happens. This is what happens to people who don't study, right? They go out there now in the guise of a religious leader with the price list, and they target poor, innocent people. And it happens everywhere you go. We're not knocking nobody, but this happens everywhere you go in different societies. So in that way, the lady got ripped off. Now, what is obia? Obia is simply when you think somebody could do something to you. Yeah. Let me ask you a question, short story. If you believe in God, you think some human can do something to you?
No way. Yeah.
If I believe my Hanumanji is Hanuman, if I believe my Jesus is the Almighty Son of God, if I believe that Yahweh, Jehovah, Rama, all of them are there, you think somebody, a human being, can do something to you?
Listen, Americans got Superman, Batman. We got Hanuman.
We got Hanuman. Hanuman, yo, don't mess with Hanuman.
Don't mess with Hanuman.
He will destroy any Rakshasas.
That's right.
Let me tell you, I've been doing this for some time now, right? 10, 12 years now. And I came through my fair share of challenges through the outside world. But guess what? Hanumanji always had my back. If there was a such thing as Obia, let's put it this way, I'd be dead by now.
So about that, right? You know, again, when I was little, I used to like go and play with my friends and everything by the water and everything. We used to come across like a lot of like little bottles by the water side, right?
Wait. Look for that Coke bottle. Count 5,000, 10,000.
And these little bottles, you will see numerous things. Like you will have like pieces of hair, you'll see like pieces of fabric, you'll see like a piece of paper wrapped up, like, yo. And we used to wonder, like, what the hell is that? But then, as you get older, you start realize, oh, somebody do Ubia. Oh, we have to go get Jare.
No, it's true. Yeah. That's what happens. And, that takes you to depression and anxiety. Depression and anxiety is a serious thing. And sometimes people are preyed upon, not P-R-A-Y. P-R-E-Y. And what Vedanta does for you, right? Mental health is stigmatized, right? What's he seeing and why the silence? We never know what's going on in somebody's mind.
Yeah.
And that's why they reach out to people. We're addressing on a daily basis the surface level. For example, if someone's depressed, what do they tell you to do? Oh, go on a vacation, you'll be okay. But you can have all the money in the world and go to places and you still go nowhere. You can have all the things in the world and have nothing if you have depression.
Yeah.
Because if you're not okay in the mind, doesn't matter what you have, you cannot ever enjoy what God blessed you with. So that's surface level, going on a vacation, surface level. How do we address the root of the problem? The root is found on this chart. You see the O? The O stands for objects. What does the body do? The body perceives objects. Now, if I have the vasana, and by now we know what vasana means. Vasana means the like for an object, the desire for an object, the attraction for an object. If I have the innate like for it, it translates into my mind. My mind, therefore, after perceiving the object, starts to feel emotions towards that object, like a like for it. When I don't get what I want, how do I feel?
Sad.
Depressed.
Disappointed, yeah.
When I get what I want, the object that I want, whether it be a person, place, or thing, how do I feel?
Happy.
Good. But here's the thing. I always have this fear of loss. When two people get married and have a kid, getting married is the fun part, but having a kid is a very serious thing, right? We don't know what this kid is going to become. We don't know what health this kid will be in mentally, physically, right? We don't know the external situations that are going to affect this kid. Isn't that true? A mother and a father, when a kid is born, I can tell you because I'm in that field, a mother and father, when a kid is born, they never rest. Their rest goes out the window until that person dies. They never stop worrying. Not to scare you, bro. Not scary. But let me tell you, to a man like you, God will provide. God will protect. Yoga Kshem Wahamiham. So don't worry one bit. But we never know what this kid will go through. And what is anxiety? Anxiety is fear of loss. I have a kid. Will I lose this kid? I have a kid. Will he lose? Will he lose in life? I have a kid. Will the people around him that's nearest and dearest to him, will they lose? So what does Vedanta do? Vedanta tells you that in this whole world of materialism, how to conquer a restless mind is simple. You simply have to analyze the things that are going around you, remembering the fact that nothing is forever. not even the difficulties, the trials, the tribulations that you're going through. All of it is temporary. The Bhagavad Gita says it best. It says that everything that you can see in this world comes and goes, whether it be a victory, whether it be a defeat, whether it be heat, whether it be cold, right? All of it just simply comes and goes. And if you can be the witness of that coming and going, that is why meditation is important. What is meditation? Meditation is not living in the mind. You know, all day you live in this mind, you get confused. Oh, this person did me wrong. This situation is not right in my life. Why don't you take a step back and just witness the situation around you? Witness it from a third person point of view. And when you get practice in witnessing your mind and all of the things that are in your mind, whether good or bad, that will be the time where your mind calms down. And you know what else Vedanta says is very helpful for a restless mind full of anxiety? Not only realizing that it's not, a question of if you'll lose, it's a question of when, but breathing, deep breathing. And if you guys want to I'll show you a technique that you could do.
So let's do it right now.
Whenever you're going through a restless mind or your mind gets the best of you, it all comes down to breathing. And how do you stabilize your breath? Sit up for a second like this. All right. Now, I want you to take your thumb and put it on your left nostril. I want you to breathe in.
we forgot our left for a second.
Now, I want you to breathe in through your right.
My right has a little blocked up.
Breathe in through the right. Now, hold your breath. Hold your breath. Hold it. Now breathe out through the left.
My left a little more clearer.
Now, if you notice, when you breathe, you're only breathing through one nostril at a time.
Yeah.
Breathe out. Breathe out for a second through your nose. You'll see. And feel it with your finger. You're actually breathing out through one nostril.
Yeah.
Did you know that? Can you sense that?
I didn't actually know that.
Try it again.
Yeah.
You feel it? One nostril?
Yeah, you're right.
You see? You're going.
I feel a lot of heat.
Yeah, but it's coming through one nostril, right?
Oh.
So if you close one,
Brian's still breathing. Yeah.
look.
I'm over here trying to check if I can switch the nostril.
But look at this very
Oh,
carefully.
yeah,
If
my
you,
left nostril.
you see that? So
Yeah.
you're breathing out and breathing in through one at a time,
Yeah.
right? But look at this. If you breathe in through one, hold it, exhale through the other, you're actually feeding both parts of the brain, and then simultaneously doing it for like 10 repetitions. If you ever feel anxiety, you're going to calm your mind down. And when the mind is calm, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, in chapter 2, verse 7, the Bhagavad Gita is a book on anxiety. Arjuna is going through tremendous anxiety. He has to fight his own family. He's the best warrior. He has to fight his own family on the battlefield. What greater challenge can anyone, experience, especially anxiety of fighting your family and depression of killing them? Anyway, chapter 2, verse 7.
I wanted to ask you real quick, right? Not to cut you off. I wanted to ask you real quick. I was scrolling, like I was saying earlier, I was scrolling on social media and I came across a video, right? And it was a debate between two people, and there was one that was trying to back up our Hinduism and the Bhagavad Gita and everything, and there was this one that was talking about, oh, if your God is so much your God, then why did he tell you to kill your own family members? But then someone in the comment broke it down very simple for them, and it was like, he didn't tell him to kill his family member. He told him to stop them from committing more sins.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of Hinduism is misconstrued, right?
Yeah. It's misconstrued with translation.
Mm-hmm.
So going back to the Bhagavad Gita, why did he have to kill his family? Because he was a warrior. And the job of a warrior is to do what? To defend the public. Let me ask you a question. If you're a police officer and your brother committed a crime, the most heinous crime, are you not going to arrest him?
Gotta take him in.
You're going to take him in.
Yeah.
So Krishna told Arjuna, you better do your duty, which is to destroy the people on the other side. They're already dead. They're doing tremendously wrong things in the world. They're not using the human embodiment for the purpose intended, which is finding inner peace. They're going out into the world and causing more anxiety for people. Anyway, Arjuna had all this anxiety because he had to fight them. He's the best warrior. He has to fight. It was only till chapter 2, verse 7, where he says, Karpanya dosho pahatasva bhavaha Prichami tvam dharma samudachetah Yatreyasyanishchatam bruhitan me Shishyaste aham shadimam tvam prapannam. That is when the turning point comes in Arjuna's life. He was full of anxiety. He said, I want to give up. I want to throw my weapons down. He threw his weapons down. He sat back in his chariot. He didn't want to fight this war anymore. But there came a time where he trusted in God. He trusted in Krishna. And he said to him, tell me decisively, O Lord, what is good for me. I'm tired of telling you what's good for me. Isn't that true? When we pray, don't we tell God what we want from God? like if God is going to give it to us? If it's not meant for you, it ain't coming to you.
Brandon prays for the PlayStation 5.
Pray to God for this. I want this, I want that.
But listen.
But then you don't get it, and then you be like, oh.
And that's part of anxiety. Isn't that true?
Yeah,
anxiety, if you got to be okay with not winning in life. And Krishna stood in front of Arjuna as Arjuna's telling Krishna what Arjuna wants with his life. I don't want to fight. I don't want to kill these people. I don't want to fight this war. Krishna stood silent. And when we tell God what we want, God will stay silent. But when you start to say, I surrender to God, I'm not giving up in life. No matter how hard this life is, I'm not giving up. No matter how restless my life is, I'm not giving up. I'm going to continue to pray to God. And what is prayer? Prayer is a deep connection to that inner peace that I've lost. And when you tell God that I'm not giving up, I'm going to trust in your will, in the path that you've laid out for me, the answer comes in your life. That is what prayer is. Prayer is not a beggary. You know, you go to your altar in the morning, you say, oh, you say it's quick, and you know that you got. That's not prayer.
Yeah.
Prayer is when you deeply connect to a hidden power within you that you knew you never had. It is deep within you. Isn't that true? We sing that bhajan.
Shortcut to the prayers.
Yeah, we shortcut the prayer. You don't connect to anything. And then guess what? When you connect, you start to feel a peace that you never felt in your life. And through that peace, Arjuna says in that same verse that I chanted, chapter 2, verse 7, I'm surrendering to you. Tell me decisively what is good for me. And the rest of the Bhagavad Gita from chapter 2, verse 7, all the way to 18 describes how to get over anxiety and depression.
So why do you think for our parents, the older generation, they didn't really understand mental health and depression and anxiety? Why do you think that is? Was there a specific reason?
Because they were taught not to express themselves.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't that true? Your parents,
definitely.
Your parents was, if a child, now comes to a parent, they may be kind of understanding, but if those parents told their parents that they were going through anxiety and depression, what would they say to them? Yeah, get too hot slap. Get too hot slap.
Yeah. Exactly what I was saying.
It was looked down upon to even express that you had these things, and they had it from time immemorial. Yeah. If Arjuna had anxiety, what about people of the recent times? So it was frowned upon to actually say that I had anxiety and depression.
Yeah.
But it's only until now where people have therapists. They have a guru. Even Dashrath in Ramayana, he had anxiety and depression. He had depression. Why? He didn't have a son. And he had to have a son to heir the throne. And when he went to his guru said, you worried about one? You get 4, buddy. You can get 4, son. So when you have a therapist, when you have a guru, when you don't quit, when you continue to go on, when you do your deep breathing exercise, when you realize that everything is temporary.
Deep breathing, right?
Agama paino nitya tam satiksha Bharata, says Krishna, chapter 2, verse 14. When you think to yourself and know that everything is temporary, even your bad times, even your good times, both are temporary, you will live in a state of balance.
There's a famous song, an English song. I used to listen to the song back home when I used to go to school, and there's this guy that used to sell cane juice and all these fresh fruits juice and everything. When he died, the song was ringing in our village. I say the song was ringing because it was something about the song. It was like an actual bell ringing in our ears.
Mm-hmm.
This world is not our home. I'm just a passing through.
Word.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what
that song holds a really deep meaning. And if people understand what that man was saying in that song, you would understand that this physical body that we have right here is loaned to us.
Exactly.
Right? It's a vessel that's loaned to us
for a higher purpose,
to enlighten us and help us travel to that spiritual path where we need to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a temporary thing.
People fail to realize that the more you abuse the body, right, the worse you're making it for yourself.
It's true.
The more you start having depression, the more you start self-doubting yourself, the worse it is for you. Because now you're going to lack that self-confidence.
And
right?
not only that, Brian, when you have anxiety and depression and you don't treat it through a guru, through a therapist, through a teacher, whoever you go to, what happens is you create dis-ease in the mind.
Definitely.
And when you have dis-ease or lack of ease in the mind, it creates disease in your body.
Oh, yeah.
Disease.
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
And
I like
you know,
that,
disease.
That's what it is.
And with disease, guess what happened? Slowly but surely, the body
Deteriorates.
It shuts down, and it starts giving up.
And you're cutting your lifespan shorter.
Certainly.
Right.
And then guess what? You got to start that whole process all over.
You got to be born again, and then again and again and again.
Yep.
Just go through it. Yeah.
I want to shift gears just a little bit.
Sure.
And I wanted to speak to you about what we do a lot during the summer, which is weddings.
Yeah. yes, sir.
All right. And
Get the popcorn for this one.
I think it's always fun to see you at a wedding, because I know you're going to do, first of all, an excellent job.
Yeah.
And you know, we've been doing this for quite some time now. I think you've been doing it a little bit longer than us.
Right.
What has your experience been, I guess, with like different couples? And so we actually had 2 couples back to back this week cancel. They broke up. And it's always sad to hear that, right?
Again.
Because I know the amount of planning and the money that goes into these things.
Richie forgot to put in the calendar. We all showed up to the house.
Me?
I hope you still play toss, huh?
Yeah.
It was raining and we showed up to the lady's house. She's like, "Why you guys here?"
And I want to tell you guys, not for nothing, but you guys are like one of the best toss groups out there.
Thank you.
Like give yourself a round of applause for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
You guys,
We didn't pay him for that, guys.
and I actually plugged you in one of my katas in Bhuvaneshwar.
I really appreciate that.
And you know why? It's not because I wanted to, because you were there. It's because you guys are genuinely good guys, and you're doing it for the right reasons, right?
Thank you.
I think there's no agenda. Whatever you get from it. Just like me, there's no agenda. When you do things from your heart, that's when people appreciate it. So that's the wedding scene.
Thank you. Thank you.
But going back to what you're saying about the
cancellations.
Yeah.
Yes. So I guess I think a lot of people in our community get married for the show of it all, right?
Yep.
The
it is a huge production. Yeah.
Yes, right. The different outfits, the fun, the pictures, the videos.
There's nothing wrong with that too.
No,
I'm thinking about getting into wedding planning, man.
But listen, all the money that you get from all that, it's all temporary anyway. So
it is.
No, it's true.
No.
It's
See,
true.
I want to get into it because, you know, being the fact that I go to all these weddings and you always see like different decors and, you know, always see different like energy from different people. Like, oh, this looks so amazing. Oh, they could have did a better job with this, you know.
Well, that means look on the chart. You have a vasana. You have a tendency, a like for wedding planning. So you should do it. You might be really happy doing it.
Yeah.
You know. So my thing is just like anything that we try to get ourselves involved in, we try to do it to our fullest because, you know, at the end of the day, it's not just for yourself, right? They say, or like the older people used to say this to me. It's not about the material things that you have physically, right? When you come into this world, you come empty-handed.
Right.
When you leave this world, you leave empty-handed.
Correct.
Right. The only thing that you carry with you is the impact that you leave on people around you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's what made my dad, not to cut you, but my dad, the legendary Sri Prakash Gosaiji, what made him great, it wasn't his voice and it wasn't his pravachans. But at the end of the day, he remembered it's not what you tell them, because they're not going to listen half the time. It's not what you sing to them. They might forget it, but it's how you made them feel.
Yeah. Certainly.
Yeah.
Arunji, so what I wanted to ask on air, right, is how long is a wedding ceremony supposed to last? And what is the modern interpretation supposed to be, in your opinion?
Good. So weddings, you know, historically speaking, have been, especially when you hear a Hindu wedding, especially for someone who's not Hindu, they've come to me and said, another myth of Hinduism is that, oh God, is it going to be 5 hours? That's the first question.
See, they got that 5 hour scenario because back home weddings, you know, if the buyer come from Burmese and the gal in Jar Stark, then, you know, it takes a little time.
And let me tell you, the people who are not Hindu get to the wedding venue first.
Oh yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. So they'll be the first one to beat it, to get there, the first one to leave, and the first one to eat.
So they came to me like 5 hours. I'm like, no, look, the Hindu wedding ceremony does have a lot of steps, but it all starts with step number 1, which is when the bride and groom see each other for the first time. So whenever that point was, that was actually the first step of the wedding. And it continues, and goes on until that wedding day. The Hindu wedding ceremony, you can complete it in as little as an hour and a half. Because I always say, you can't have people sitting there for a long period of time. They're going to get bored. Their mind is going to be everywhere. It's human psychology. They're going to get hungry. So are you going to keep them there for 5 hours? The poor bride and groom, right? They're sitting there in all this clothes. You think they want to sit there and sit behind that blazing hawan for 5 hours?
Yeah. I went to a wedding I think it was last week, right? Was it last week?
Don't worry, when we release this,
anyways,
the date.
I went to this wedding, right? And for some odd reason, mid-wedding, I'm talking about mid-wedding, like they're about to get up to like, I don't know, do the
walking around the fire.
The fire.
Yeah.
For some odd reason, I see everybody start getting up, not even one by one. They're getting up in groups.
Oh, to go eat.
Bro, I'm like, what the hell? So I'm thinking that, oh, could it be like that the place is too hot? Could it be that, you know,
it's human nature.
We went down to the second floor and everybody's there, stuffing their face.
And there's nobody upstairs.
Nobody upstairs. Upstairs, where the ceremony is going on, you got the bride and the groom sitting there patiently looking at everybody just getting up and walking out, right? For the ceremony that you're, invited for.
Exactly.
Right? And then you go down to the second floor and it sounds worse than a fish market.
They're talking, yapping, they're socializing. Yeah. But that's human psychology, Brian. Let me tell you, and that's the reason I don't believe in a 5-hour wedding. I believe in the vidhi. The vidhi is a system. Starting with the amli gotawe, you come down until the end of the wedding, which is the rubbing of the application of sindur, the application of the Mangal Sutra, and the rings exchange, final prayer. My weddings are an hour and a half, completing everything with no rush. You know why? Because the attention span of people in this age that we live in is very short. And humbly speaking, that's why people enjoy my weddings.
I have an attention span of a squirrel.
Yeah, Brennan has like a sort of like a TikTok.
You know the dog from Up?
Squirrel. That's why they enjoy the short wedding. Nobody wants to sit for a long time, especially the younger generation. So if you have someone that doesn't have user discretion and does a 5-hour wedding, that's the last wedding they're going to do.
Yeah.
Because our generation doesn't subscribe to long, stretched out things. And guess what? There's nothing in Hinduism that says you have to do this or else this will happen. If you don't have a 5-hour wedding, this is going to happen. Hinduism is a very, very accepting way of life, where if you take out some of the steps, because in some villages in India or Guyana, they don't do that step, it's perfectly okay. Once you do the puja, that is the main thing.
I know a few pundits that do their ceremony based off the size of the crowd.
No, you got to keep it the same for everybody, whether it be one person or 10 million people.
That's right.
You keep your message the same. You keep it short. People will love you for it.
That's right.
I seen some
adaptable.
Some people.
No,
right?
Correct.
The more people they see come in,
the more
song, the more bhajans, the more
that's adaptable in the wrong way, right?
The more chopai they see.
You keep it short. I like this. My philosophy, my dad's philosophy. Keep it short and sweet. People call you
the kiss
back.
method.
Yes, correct.
The kiss method, right?
There you go.
Yep.
What kiss method? Short and sweet.
Keep it short.
Keep it short and sweet.
And hard to beat.
All right.
But going back to your question.
Yes.
So, many people have came away from the 5-hour deal.
Correct.
Because it doesn't work in this generation anymore. Right? Hinduism is the most adaptable way of life. There's nothing like fearing God, or if I do a little short thing that God will send me. Nothing like that. Going back to the chart, the goal of Hinduism is to get to that high supreme reality, to know that you are more than this body and mind. And the marriage institution, look at my elbows for a second. The Dulaha and Dulahin are here on marriage day, right? You see the distance between them? Their life will be in such a way where as they advance in marriage, their differences will go away, and they're supposed to reach the apex where bride and groom and God become one.
Yeah.
So what is marriage? It's not just a long wedding ceremony, but in that wedding ceremony, I teach them what the goal of the wedding is. And the goal of the wedding is to take each other to peace and not to pieces. So if they can follow that, their life will be golden. Because what happens is, if you don't teach them, if your puja's like 1,000,000 hours long, they're not going to pay attention. I believe if you sit down for 1 minute and pray sincerely, God will listen to you.
Yeah.
What makes you think the longer your puja, the more blessings you get?
I gotta ask you.
Your attention is not there in the first place.
No, absolutely. And I think Arunji, you have a great skill to really keep people involved and entertained.
You have to, because you lose them
attentive.
quick. You lose them quick if you don't.
So, I've always wanted to ask this. I mean, I asked this to different people, right? And I got different answers. Durga Pat.
Yes. Squirrel.
How long is a Durga Pat supposed to take?
Okay, so Durga Pat. Durga means Durga Ma.
So, and you see, I asked you a Durga Pat and not a Durga, a Durga Puja.
Great. So,
right?
look, first of all, we have to understand what Durga Pat is. Pat means to read. So our Guyanese people and West Indian people, to no offense to them, right? Or to no fault of their own, have been told by leaders of the past that Durga Pat is just Durga Puja. They don't know what it is. They don't know what this Durga Pat is. Durga means Durga Ma. Pat means to read. You're supposed to do the reading of the Durga Saptashati, which is a very lengthy text dedicated to Mother Durga.
And the 9 forms that she took.
And the 9 forms, right? Pratamam Shailaputricha, Dvitiyam Brahmacharini, and then you have the 9 coconuts, and 9 this and 9 that. So while that puja is going on, reading of the Durga Saptashati. So in actuality, the Durga Pat, the reading of it can take a very long time. But it depends if you want to read the whole book or not. It depends if you're busting 9 coconut or not.
So, yes. I wanted to ask you real quick, as soon as just because you just said.
Right.
Right, we're running out of time. So.
I know, real quick.
Yeah.
Why people, I see some people always have, well, to me, growing up, it's always been 9 coconuts for a Durga Pat, right? Plus the 10th one, for Kalbairo.
Yeah.
Right? And I came over here to the States, and then for some odd reason, I get invited to go to a Durga Pat, and I see 3 coconuts or 1 coconut.
Right.
I guess like an abbreviated form.
Well, here's the thing. Not everyone has the resources too.
Okay.
But does it mean that if they offer 1, something is going to be wrong? That's the question. And the answer is no. Mother Durga is the most compassionate, universal mother. Ask yourself the question. We all have mothers, right? Whether you offer your mom 10 gifts or 1 gift, right? Your mom wears different hats. She wears a mother. She's a sister. She's an employee. She's a daughter. The hats go on. And that's how the universal mother is. It's one mother, but many forms. You offer her 1 gift. Will she be angry with you?
No.
But we've been told, but if you offer God less or don't give him gold or her gold or this and that, you're going to get sin. First of all, there's no God to sin you. God doesn't do that.
I never understand the reason behind, offering material
things to God.
Yeah.
And expecting that, if you don't do certain things or you do a certain thing a certain way, that you're going to get,
Let me tell you what God wants from you. Okay, you could have the best Shirani, you could have the best sari, for God, you can have this and that, the best. But if you don't have unconditional love for God or unconditional love for your higher self or knowing your higher self, you miss the point.
I think you just described the modern day wedding just now.
That's right. Arunji, we're running out of time, but I wanted to briefly touch upon things that you like to do outside of Mandir.
Okay.
Right? Because I think that was something that when I first spoke to you, I was like, wow, you can speak about sports. Yeah. You can speak about sports. Wait, what did you say?
Squirrel.
Well, come on, Brandon. No, so Arunji, so what are some things that you like to do outside?
Now? I'm a big basketball guy.
Oh,
so I play basketball.
Knicks
Knicks just won last night. They're gonna win. Yo, we've been in a drought for how many years now?
Oh my God,
53 years.
53 years.
So I'm about to make my broom with
Point of
broom.
Brandon fell asleep during the game last
Don't worry,
night.
I'll throw a prayer out. Somebody called me, one of my chelas, Rajan, plug to Rajan. He called me last night. He's like, yo, you're an Acharya, right? I'm like, yeah, you better pray for the Knicks. And then when I did my prayer, Jalen Brunson went on fire. Jalen Brunson started coming alive. You got Adonobi started coming alive, all those guys. So I'm a big basketball guy.
I think your prayer worked because in the first,
No, I was
in the
scared.
beginning of the second quarter, I would say when Brunson got hurt, right? my heart was literally in my
That's
hand.
when I shot that prayer out.
And then, I think that's about it. When the time you shot your prayer, then boom.
Can you tell us what prayer so I can say it as well?
Oh, it was the guy Chumantra. But the Knicks, if they can pull off the victory, the city's gonna go crazy.
Oh my God, they're gonna go nuts.
And then we're gonna have to really pray.
No.
You got people hanging from the building.
The city, New York City is already going crazy.
Yeah.
New York City is already going crazy. If we win the championship, this is gonna be Gotham for real.
Oh my
Yes.
God, they're
For
gonna
real,
be
for real.
scaling these like light poles and stuff. Like,
But
I'm gonna be one of them.
Let me tell you, have you ever heard of Phil Jackson?
Yeah,
Who coached the
absolutely.
Bulls to 6
Yeah.
championships?
yeah,
He mastered this chart.
really. Oh yes, I
And
remember.
he taught Michael Jordan, he taught Kobe this chart. And all it was that all they're playing for and all that they're playing and all the emotions that come with the game, right? Don't feel it. Witness it. Don't be in it. Don't live in the trash. But witness all of it like a movie. And that's why they won those championships. So basketball has a lot of spirituality. I love baseball too. I'm a big baseball
I
fan.
remember I saw you at Yankee spring training
Yankees
one
camp,
year.
yeah.
So can you tell us how you got
So
there?
the camp, man, I was invited. All right, this is back in 2019, and I wasn't sure what I was gonna do or who, but I met all the players.
Aaron Judge.
And 2019. So yeah,
Yeah, he was there.
all of them were there. So I would hit. They put me to hit, and at first I wasn't doing anything much, and they would invite people just to scout them, right? Maybe word of mouth. Anyway, so I finally got into it, like after getting the courage to like believe in myself, and it came a point where I was getting a hit every time.
Oh,
So I thought that I was
Slugger.
gonna get, they were gonna scout me into the minor leagues,
Yeah.
but then COVID came.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Messed everything up, and I never heard from them ever again.
You were hitting MLB speed pitches.
All kind of pitches, and I was getting hits. But it didn't work out.
Wow.
But that's okay too. That was in my path.
yes.
Imagine if I did get upgraded to the minors and
I'll be
then
watching on TV. Or...
would I be doing weddings and doing Vedanta?
All right, real quick, I gotta ask real quick, right? If say Kobe was still alive, right?
Mhm.
And who you think would have had the best, had a chance against my 3?
Mhm.
MJ in his prime, Kobe in his prime, and Larry Bird in his prime.
Against who?
You give me 3.
Jalen Brunson.
Oh, in this generation
Yeah,
of
this
players,
generation.
who-
Kobe, MJ, and who?
Larry Bird.
and Lary Bird.
I got Magic. I got LeBron.
Oh,
Like your top 3?
Steph Curry.
Steph Curry.
Nah.
Steph Curry's a lethal shooter.
Dirk Nowitzki.
I'll take my favorite basketball player of all time, KD, Kevin Durant.
Oh, he's-
Against you telling me KD?
KD would lock up MJ.
Nah, I don't think so.
Listen,
I know
he
so.
might.
I don't know. I don't think anybody could.
He might
Yeah.
not.
MJ
because
was different,
you got,
man.
You got MJ, and then don't sleep on the Mamba.
Black Mamba.
Oh, no,
LeBron
yeah.
will lock him down.
No,
Who?
I think
LeBron.
he's the.
Well, let me tell you, the
all-time
difference between
greatest.
everyone and Kobe and MJ in particular was their level of spirituality that they brought
Mhm.
to the game. Did you recall a time when, I forget who the player was, he actually tried to psych out Kobe? He threw the ball at his face, but he kept it.
Matt Barnes.
Yeah, it was Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
He threw it. Did Kobe even flinch?
No.
Imagine somebody comes up to you and throws a basketball, but holds on to it, doesn't leave his hand. What would you do? You probably like,
Yeah. I know. Absolutely.
Kobe didn't even move. He didn't even blink.
Can't flinch.
You know why? Because to him, the object was not number one in his life. Even getting hit wouldn't have affected his mental peace.
Yeah.
He knew what his goal was, what his duty was on that field, on that court, and that's all that he had in his mind. And that's what made him great, MJ and Kobe, because they learned from Phil Jackson.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. He didn't do a good job on the.
And Phil
Knicks
Jackson,
though, when he was on the Knicks.
Phil Jackson studied this stuff.
No, I know. I remember reading he was very into yoga and meditating
right,
as well.
right.
But guys, we're running out of time. But since Tumasha's not here today, we're not going to do the final 4. But I was thinking we could do something different.
Oh, jeez, I'm
And
scared.
Arunji has his harmonium, and Brian has the, dola.
So real quick, you just mentioned harmonium, right? Do you know that the harmonium was a Christian instrument that got turned into, our main instrument?
Is that true? Do you know about that?
Yeah, it was actually founded in Germany.
Wow.
It's a German instrument,
German
Yeah.
instrument.
And
we adopted.
I mean, it, with a few modifications, we turned it into
The thing that we see all the time. The
Yeah,
thing that we see
the
used.
most iconic piece of equipment or instrument in all of these songs.
mm-hmm.
But Arunji, it was a pleasure speaking to you.
I mean, the time is so short.
The time is so short. I wish we had like 3 hours now for real.
That's what I'm saying.
Because I think we could
exactly
go...
what I told you. And I did not lie. This is going to turn into a 3-hour conversation.
Yes.
Because it's just so interesting.
Certainly.
Talking to you guys and just
learning your story,
bringing everything out.
Absolutely.
You know what it is that once you start touching on on topics that really touches the heart, time really doesn't
it just goes.
Time just flies. You don't really pay attention.
We don't see it. We don't perceive it going, but it goes.
Mm-hmm. That's right. So guys, you guys gonna play something for us to end off here?
Richie gonna sing?
Sure, I'll sing. No. Richie's gonna sing. Go ahead.
Oh man,
we're gonna get the harmonium for you. Let me grab the harmonium.
Should I put it here or where? I'm not sure. You can put it right here.
Oh yeah, you could. It's just put the mic on there.
What do you want me to sing though?
Anything.
Oh my God, because this drum sounds like you.
I'm gonna have to squeeze in here with you guys.
Oh no!
Oh my God!
All right,
Richard, you shower today?
No. All right, this is actually the second time we have live singing here.
Second time.
The first time it was me, but now we have a professional. Take it away, Arunji.
All right.
I don't have. You got a little dun top?
You got that top?
Squirrel!
All right, let's do this. Ready? पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो वस्तु अमोलक दी मेरे सतगुरु वस्तु अमोलक दी मेरे सतगुरु कृपा कर अपनायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई जन्म जन्म की पूंजी पाई जग में सभी को पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो कूते चोर न लूते कर न कूते चोर न लूटे दिन दिन भरत संभायो पायो जी मैंने दिन दिन भरत संभायो पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो जी मैंने राम रतन धन पायो
Somebody help me.
श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम जय everybody श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम श्री राम
I gotta go to church.
Jai Jai Ram.
Thank you, Ruji.
So let me just give you a brief thing about this song. It's a very powerful song. Payo ji mene Rama Ratan na payo. Payo means I have received. Rama Ratan means the jewel of God. And that jewel of God is knowing your true self. Knowing that you're not the body. Knowing that you're not the soul. Just an individual getting lost in your own thoughts. Going beyond the objects, emotions, you find that jewel that is within that peace that you're looking for. And what is so special about this peace? No one can ever steal it from you. And it grows every day through prayer, through connection and through knowledge.
Thank you, Arunji. Thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure, brother.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me, guys.
It was a true pleasure. And
let's do this again, man.
We're gonna do this again. This is only part one.
Definitely. Guys,
What did your parents feed you growing up?
God bless you guys, man. And special shout out to Danny. Danny for doing so well. Danny.
Thank you, man.
big shout out to Danny.
Our producer. God bless you, man.
Yeah, Danny. You know you gotta play some drum next, you heard? You know you gotta play some drum next.